Now that Ishida Sui has officially begun playing Pokemon Go, it's only a matter of time the series will go monthly and then hiatus. He will be the new hiatus king. Chapter 86 is a chapter that revealed the long-awaited answer of the One-Eyed King, and honestly, this is the chapter that makes me want to read all over again. Though with the English volume releases, I have been doing that. This chapter is masterful. My god, this chapter was so good. It's an amazing chapter. And I already gave you the spoiler what I think about this. This is the chapter that you really have to look all the way back from the beginning of the series and appreciate how much it has been planned so accordingly and so well done that everything never feels like it's out of the blue. Especially the revealing part with Arima and Ito. That part was shocking, yet at the same time it makes all sense. I like this whole Ito final words. I can't say she's really dead. It's not really truly confirmed. I do hope she's not dead because this chapter was heartfelt and I actually want her to live. Not to say I want her to die so badly, but the character that has been as she likes to call herself, the crazy one, even though she has a plan and a good intention, she has dangerous mindset and is cruel to a lot of people, especially when it comes to making Noro. But in this case, this is something that you actually feel like you feel sorry for her. You actually don't want her to die, and we don't know what exactly happened. Those expressions, the way she makes it to Kanaki is really convincing, and that has to do with the artwork of this chapter. Toka was impressive. I thought she was handling that battle really well, though she obviously have a time limit because, you know, you're fighting against two people. I really like Aura, and it's good to know that she's not really going to die, at least the way how it's addressed by this chapter. I mean, anybody could mess it up, especially if Furota could come out of nowhere and just mess things up. She's really a badass in this chapter. The fact that her Quinkue can be a close range as well, so she's ready up for any type of battlefield. Tanakamura is always fun to watch. I always like his expression. He's always fun to watch in my opinion. Ever since the first series, I kind of wish he starts screaming attack names like some manga. The thing that makes this chapter so appealing and so compelling is that the way how the tension was building up that these guys could die or somebody's gonna pay the sacrifice. Like Yomo seems like he was going to pay the sacrifice, or even Banjo, who has to take care of Ayato because Ayato really got in a rough shape. If anything, Ayato and Yomo are the two characters that really had this bad in this entire arc so far. The satisfaction of seeing them being rescued, and not by Kanaki himself, but rather the Squad Zero. That part was actually very satisfying to see how they get rescued. And then we have Hiroko, a character that I did not like that much because the way how he seemed to be like a very selfish guy at the point, and you know, his expression. But then I remember there are some good qualities back in the first series, and this chapter, I gotta say, he's one of my favorite now. He is actually very impressive. He knows how to come out in a badass way. He really knows how to come out with a great charisma that you could just see it, you could sense it from the blank expression he has, and with that resignation, he just makes it all the top favorite character of this series. I just like the way how he addressed it. I like how Ishida timed his way to make him look like a really standout awesome character. And I just like the Tanakamura expression because his expression was like, what? You could tell from his face expression. Aura has the expression like, this bastard. But it's just so well done. The timing, the art direction. I gotta say, the artwork, the art presentation in this chapter is top notch. From convincing expression of sorrow to the impact of the reveal of the One-Eyed King. What I mean by convincing expression, you can really tell that Ito is having some downside to her, have some sorrow, even if you know that she's putting up a front of showcasing that she's always the crazy one, or she's like, she doesn't show the amount of defeat, but in some way you could kind of tell she's already has her time and she feels like her job is finally over. But everything with Kanaki, seeing the remorse from Ito, all the way to the point when the One-Eyed King reveal happens, it just feels so impactful. Everything that you have accumulated from the past chapters all boils down to this one moment. Lastly, we have to talk about Kanaki Ken being the One-Eyed King. He is the One-Eyed King. However, the old One-Eyed King was in fact Arima. I kind of guessed it, but at the same time, it is kind of confusing why the V organization member does not know that he's the One-Eyed King before he has passed. Is Is it because it's something that has to do with the Washu? Is Washu is only planned by themselves with the whole secret garden experiment? Is something that has a new mystery. There is something that you have to understand, that if Arima is a one-eyed king, or was a one-eyed king, why the V organization did not know about this? So it has to be the Washus. But then what's the whole situation with the Washu and the V organization? Everything is going to accumulate to some new mystery to try to give us the understanding what is the story behind everything. But Kanaki being the one-eyed king makes all the sense, and it does connects a lot of things from the past chapters. And I'm not talking about the fact that he is the one-eyed king, but I'm talking about the fact that he takes the title of the one-eyed king. You go back to the very beginning of the series, you see him as a normal guy who doesn't want to be part of the Ghoul world, doesn't want to be part of this dangerous environment. Then you see a lot of emotional breakdowns he goes through, the ruthless aggression days, the days he feels suicidal, to the days he feels calm and understanding that he has friends and he has a purpose to live. Everything all boils down, and it really makes sense when you see Kanaki smile at Arima when they were fighting against each other, and Arima got the signals like he's ready. That's what made all this chapter so amazing. It feels like everything has finally come to the conclusion that we have been waiting for in terms of the One-Eyed King, in terms of what Kanaki Ken character is now being positioned in. Seeing the last pages, it just makes it so impactful. Even in the last page, where it's just one word, One-Eyed King, with a definition of redefined as king, which I thought that was very clever. And again, it's one of those Ishida's well-played style of using the different language or using the word itself, like back in with Kanai, where the Kanai actually has a symbol of a female, but in this case Ri has a definition of king. I know a lot of people don't remember every single part, but trust me, a lot of parts actually connect so well. Even with the Arima and Ito working together behind the scene, everything feels coherent so shockingly for such a long running series. Even in a subtle way, you can see it. There is some hidden agenda that nobody really could understand, and you can only theorize it. And people who has theorized about Ito and Arima working together, they are right. And it's amazing that this chapter made it clarify. Amazing chapter all in all, and I can just read this more and more until the next chapter. Chapter 86 certainly gets a 10.
Unfriggin' believable.
One last thing to comment, it does address in a way that Period is going after the One-Eyed King, and it does mix up with either Arima or Kanaki. Though I do think since they know if Arima was the One-Eyed King and Kanaki is the new one, that means they will go after him, if that's the way how it's addressed. But that is something to look forward to, and it's all coming down like crazy. And we're not even going back to Root Island yet, unless we probably do in the next chapter. I really enjoyed this chapter. I really felt like I got every information from the beginning to the end worthwhile. My thoughts are told, don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.